Here.
All right. All right, cool. We'll go and get started then. And all right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Comix Podcast. This is episode 94. Where I am your host again today, Esteban. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And we do have a special guest this episode. To my left, most likely your right, is Jose. What's up, Jose?
How you doing?
All right. Long time listener.
Man, a few words. Long time listener, first time caller.
Man, a few words.
And then down there at the bottom of the screen. Down there at the bottom of your screen, we got Ash.
Damn. Back of the bus. I don't like the way you said that.
You're at the bottom of the screen. What do you want me to do?
And on top of that, you call me a bottom?
Well, typically, you always said you like the bottom, okay? So don't get mad at me. All right.
This the same pod you told me
not to make eye contact last time.
I swear we talk about comics. I swear.
I thought we were talking about comics and wizards and stuff.
No, we're talking about
2 minutes in, we're into your guys' proclivities.
Come on, don't be shy.
Oh, I'm not shy.
It's your first time.
I was probably more comfortable with this conversation.
So we want to go ahead and welcome everybody to Comix episode 94. We are live on Twitch. We're also live on TikTok. So please, everyone that is on Twitch, drop us comments, interact with us. Same thing on TikTok. Go ahead and drop some comments. We'll go ahead and read them as the show progresses. And sit back. If you guys have a drink, open up a tasty beverage. And I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Ash. He's got something that he's drinking tonight.
I'm drinking. The reason I'm all burger is I'm trying to get the sound from the Twitch, not to be all.
Oh yeah, got you. Yeah.
So my bad. Give me 3 seconds, and we'll give you the world.
Come on, baby. World.
Or at least try to. There's a lot of stuff for that, to not go early.
Well, it's all in your head, dude. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's all head. You're right.
I mean, sometimes it's all head.
It's sad because I hear we say it and then I hear it like a second later. Fuck, man. I got that good professionalism. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, super professional.
It's not like a show
94 episodes.
I'm only the fucking lead singer. All right, so it's called Ride On. It's a tropical IPA. It's by Golden Road. It's 7.2 alcohol. Again, I'm not real huge on IPAs, but I mean, my favorite one has been the Donkey Kong one, and the weed one, because it wasn't
the weed one. That what you said?
That one I guess it's sponsored by weed, or it's sponsored, not a business. It's sponsored like by actual weed. No, I can't think of it. It's one in the refrigerator right now. I'll bring it up later.
Yeah.
Like when it's not so, for lack of a better word, so IPA. You know what I mean? Like so, like I like beer, but like IPAs just tend to be like, because I usually use them as a chaser, which I've said 94 shows. So like it's so fucking like. It's like taking the chaser and then something even heavier. I heard it in my head when I said it. So yeah, it's good. I like it. I think I prefer IPAs for when like, hey, we're all at the beach and there are no shots, and you can chill with this.
Yeah.
Shots involved, like I tend to want like Corona or fucking, beer that's not gonna. That washes down the fucking shot and not just like right after the shot.
Not so girthy in your mouth?
Not so girthy, you know what I mean? But then girth is better than length because you don't want to choke.
I
Look
don't
at
know.
the smile on his face. Like, I can't wait to get drunk, Ash.
Off the rails already.
Only like 5 minutes in and it's over. Jesus Christ.
I would like to say that before their wedding, they were like, it's going to be a blessing and a curse when Ash and Jose meet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
we've proven them right at that party.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah. It can get messy quick.
And it always will.
So we got some comments coming up on our TikTok right now from Makeup Mommy 86.
You're canceled.
It looks like she approves because she sent the emoji of leaves and beer, and then she sent the eyes emojis looking to the side. I do not like girth. How dare she? She says Esteban likes girth. Fuck off. Speaking of comments, so we're gonna go ahead and go through our.
I may not go deep, but I fuck up the sides.
Hey,
Now canceled.
hey, now you're canceled.
Hey.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, there we go. TikTok violation.
That is a bucket list, especially now. Like Andrew Dice Clay in
Are
Vegas.
you and a girl?
Yeah. To lose my virginity. Show 100. Show 100.
Hey, let's time it. I have some friends.
We already know the date, December 20th. And I've lost my virginity. I'm fucking 90.
October 20th, episode 100.
I will say that it's
virginity live.
Huh?
Live. It's got to be live.
It's got to be
On
live.
Twitch.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
On Twitch with the with pink LED lights and the little kitty cat headphones.
Am I doing it right?
Am I doing it right? No.
And the 7 walks in. Hurry up! I only got her by the hour.
That's her belly button, sir.
Anywho, we're here to talk about comics and comic
Yeah.
Speaking of comments, we're gonna go ahead and go through the comments that we received throughout the week. Been kind of posting regularly this week on our Instagram and TikTok. So I do appreciate all the love that everyone has been giving us as far as the likes and the views for the videos on TikTok. But Ash, take it away. What do we have as far as comments go on Instagram?
All right, on Instagram, a lot of it is the approvals of your Instagram post about, which I haven't seen the original because I thought I was gonna see it when he started talking.
Oh yeah,
him right when he starts talking. Because it stops like right away.
Yeah.
So I was waiting. I didn't see his post. I mean, I didn't see.
No. But how did the video start off?
It was the She-Hulk one, and then it pretty much just cuts off. I don't.
Okay. All right.
I don't see. Yeah.
So to give a little bit of context on that, there are a lot of Marvel fans that are a bit toxic, clearly, as far as the She-Hulk show. So a lot of people are hating on She-Hulk because of the fact that it's showing woman power, and they're trying to compare the She-Hulk show to, well, his instant in that video, the guy was trying to compare Better Call Saul to She-Hulk.
Okay.
Because Better Call Saul has been out for what, like 4 or 5 seasons already?
Yeah.
So he was expecting Marvel to kind of take that blueprint and put it to She-Hulk. Okay.
He expected a superhero movie to do that. It kind of is. I mean, fuck. She had to defend Abomination, and he has to defend fucking Walter White. But I mean, in the very beginning, she said it's it's a lawyer show. Like if you're expecting to see superhero movies, but then again, I like it's not Deadpool break the fourth wall, but it's very, she even makes fun of it and says like it's a lawyer, like it's not going to be one of those shows with cameos every week, and then she breaks it down to where there's cameos.
Breaking it down, yeah. It's comedic, So it was that. So he was trying to compare Better Call Saul to She-Hulk, and he also said the one thing that he was hating on was the mere fact that at the very end of episode 3, because Megan Thee Stallion comes out in that episode, and at the end of that episode, you see Megan Thee Stallion and She-Hulk twerking at the end of the show. So it's like, it's the mere fact that like I kind of like went off a little bit because he was telling another TikTok creator, another person to like pretty much shut up and sit down. Like, what does she know about, superhero shows? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like that.
Okay, for one thing, before I know we'll get into it, when I only saw your response, I thought you were CM punking it, where it was just like, you shut up and you fucking whatever. And so I kind of like, I bowed out, but kind of like your brother, like, let him do what he's gonna do. But if anybody tells you anything, then then I will fucking speak up.
Right.
But I figured he was gonna be like, once you talked about him being fragile, or fragile, I thought, okay, like it's just like you said, it's gonna be a toxic guy, like another fucking girl movie or whatever the fuck he was gonna say.
Essentially, that's what it was. It was the mere fact that, Sorry. Yeah, it was a mere fact that he was hating on the She-Hulk show, that it wasn't what it was sold to be, which in actuality it is. And the mere fact that as far as the comics go, if we're comparing apples to apples, comic books to the shows, this is probably the most accurate representation of a comic book character to date. Because there are obviously different liberties that are being taken with Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, things like that. But the She-Hulk show is an accurate representation. If you read pretty much any series or any lineup of She-Hulk, she doesn't take herself seriously in the comic books anyway. So it's ridiculous. So and then
fucking be a fucking superhero.
Yeah, exactly. That her thing was that she didn't want to be a superhero, and to the way I kind of broke it down is like, you're trying to compare an attorney show or a lawyer show where one show is a criminal that's trying to be an attorney, which is Better Call Saul, and then you have an actual attorney that is trying to live and deal with the fact that now she has superpowers that she never even wanted or wanted to have, period. You know what I mean? So it's just that. And I think
how boring that shit would be if it was just an attorney show. Like I mean, not fucking something on NBC or anything, but I meant more like not LA Law or whatever, but I meant more like, we're not going on to Disney Plus to see a fucking lawyer show. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We're not going to see Law and Order on fucking Disney Plus.
And on top of that, go ahead, man.
It's more like an Ally McBeal type of thing, where it's comedy. It's a comedy. It's a comedy. It's lighthearted. It's like you said, making fun of herself a little bit, self-deprecating.
Mm-hmm.
It's to have fun. And you're always gonna get the guys who are gonna be who read a comic 15 years ago and like, well, this isn't what I read 15 years ago. I think everything needs to be modernized.
Yeah,
everything needs, because I mean, if you go back 30 years, I'm pretty sure half of those comics wouldn't be able to make the shows.
Exactly.
I think the ideals and the attitude back then is not probably going to be able to work in modern day. So you have to play with it.
It's amazing, and technology is so accessible that fucking idiots are able to fucking talk without fucking thinking they don't have any repercussions, and you're gonna get called out. I mean, fuck. The beginning of our fucking shit was just ragging on each other or fucking talking about girth, like. But at the same time, like, don't fucking belittle women. Don't fucking any of that shit. Like,
right.
There are shows for you. Don't try to make this show that's not for you yours.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Look at-
basically forcing it upon yourself because you're a fan of the Marvel universe. Like I
Right.
have to be able to like this because it's a Marvel show, and now I don't like it, and I'm gonna sit here and rag on it. If you don't
Yeah.
like it, don't watch it. If you don't like
That's
it, don't watch it.
And
Simple.
yeah, exactly. And it's just like that's the one thing that a lot of people are hating on the current phase of the MCU, the phase 4. They're like, there's no continuity to it. It doesn't connect, does this, doesn't that. Like, let's be honest, the last 10 years, last 11 years, don't you think Marvel has earned the fact that it doesn't have to connect anymore? As they've proven that they can do it and they can put a show or a movie together where it doesn't have to connect. Yeah, it'll probably connect down the road, but it doesn't have to necessarily be like one after the other, after the other, after
Yeah.
the other, you know?
It doesn't have to be. You could put out a show or a movie right now,
Mhm.
and in 5 years, slide that movie back into the back door, and people are gonna be like,
Yeah,
There it is.
backdoor
now
no fun.
I realize why I watched that movie 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And not only that, there is a like that introduction of that elf that's a shapeshifter or whatever, or a, what that could be on Thor 5. She could just be randomly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She could be another Loki or whatever. Like Loki could, I don't know, but there's different. We didn't know all these things were gonna connect, and then all of a sudden, like Loki is all based on that fucking the part where the briefcase got pushed
Yep.
and he disappeared. A whole fucking series is based on that.
Mhm.
You're not gonna give Marvel the benefit of the doubt that this whole fucking phase, like She-Hulk, if you watch the show, kind of makes fun of it more than anybody else could.
True.
Like when the reporters are like, so you were fucking rejected by Avengers? Like, what the fuck is? She's not trying to be a fucking superhero, and all this fucking. They just want to fucking, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah, exactly.
But of itself. Oh, fuck. Another thing too. Well, you're not gonna get this job unless you're fucking She-Hulk.
Right.
Another fucking pedestal, another fucking hurdle is what I mean, of what the gentler sex may have to do to get the job they want, is how I took that portrayal.
Yeah.
I'm just being sensitive and I don't want to fucking make a generalization. But she wanted to be taken as a serious lawyer, and like pretty much the only way you're gonna get this job is to be a fucking what you don't want to be.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's just like, even in the first episode where she's telling Bruce, it's like, no, I can manage my anger, because I deal with, being catcalled out in the street, and I deal with this, and I deal with that, so she's like, no, I can deal with it. So it's not necessarily her. And that was another big thing that a lot of people were saying, like, oh, like she's already saying that she's better than Bruce Banner. No, it's not. It's not the fact that she's better than him. It's the fact that the way it's blatant and in your face that it's very different for a man to go through one thing than a woman to go through the exact same thing, so it's very, what's that?
Also, I took it as she doesn't have like OG Hulk blood. I took it as the blood that's been worked on as he's been working on. Like, she didn't get hit exactly with the same gamma ray where the Hulk's another person. It's
Exactly.
blood that has been worked on and modified and blah 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 to be able to be smart Hulk that's in her.
Right, exactly.
And it is, like, it's awesome that she's just able to be and not, fucking go She-Hulk.
You're very like, go team right now.
I mean, it's not I don't want to fucking over fucking whatever, because that's just, it should already be the form.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with you. And I think that was my biggest thing about, that video that I posted or that I stitched, the mere fact that he's telling another content creator or another human being or another woman to shut up and sit down. Like, I mean,
Wow.
it's like it kind of pisses me off a little bit, you know. And at the very end of the video, I just kind of I kind of said like, okay, bro, like, okay, for you to be like to tell someone out to tell a woman to shut up and sit down, like, how would you like it if your mom, sister, you know, your wife, your daughter is trying to make a valid opinion or a valid point, and then someone just out of the blue just tells them to shut up and sit down? Like, how is that okay? You know what I mean? So it was just a lot of that, you know, and the mere fact that people are hating at the fact again that She-Hulk is dancing, you know, with Megan the Stallion, but yet no one had an issue with Star-Lord dancing, no one had an issue with Baron Zemo dancing, no one had an issue with Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3 dancing.
A lot
Like,
of people had a problem with Tobey Maguire, but just the how awkward it was, not the
okay, but I'm just no, I know, but you get what I'm saying, you know, like like it's a continuous, like, you know, it, like they don't drop it, like they can't get over the fact.
when I saw the memes of this is what Tony Stark died for, I get the joke and it's all fucking good, whatever, like that. But I just more I didn't see the episode, but I saw the memes way before.
Right,
So I
right.
didn't I was going along with the joke. But I mean, fuck. If we all like the fucking mutual team and fucking we whenever fucking we get raises, hey, let's all go fucking do a shot at fucking Applebee's or whatever the fuck we're gonna go to, Buffalo Wild Wings, and get taken out like a fucking good Lord intended. But if the only issue I ever have is when there was the Hulk, they worked on Smart Hulk so much that like everything is fluid.
Right.
For her, for some reason, I don't know if they have it down yet, maybe season 2, it kind of feels very video game. Like the way she moves is kind of when she's She-Hulk, obviously.
Right. No, yeah. And that's
but what it's trying to do, I have no fucking problem.
right. And that's another one of the gripes that a lot of people are saying, that like the VFX are not what they used to be, but a lot of VFX artists that work on the older films have said that, you know, Marvel pretty much pushes them to the brink where it's like they're working, you know, 80, 90-hour weeks, you know, to go ahead and you know, tighten up the VFX so that it's perfect. You know what I mean? So that's why when the first trailer of She-Hulk dropped, like the VFX looked a little choppy or didn't look right. And then now it looks a little bit better. So yeah.
Sorry, I mean to cut you off. 1 last second. It's also 10 minutes of the Hulk and fucking 4 hours total of She-Hulk or whatever, you know, whatever it's going to be. So exactly. I would imagine it's a lot harder.
Right,
but
exactly.
It's weird to see like perfected Hulk.
Exactly, because it's just like it's like it. A lot of people think that it's easy, you know, to do something like that. But when the actors in the mocap suit, you know, and then like she even said in a couple of the interviews, she wears this like helmet with a headpiece that will make her 6'7". So everyone's got to look at that headpiece, you know, in order for the eye line, you know, for it to be, you know, so it all matches up. But then you have to think about, okay, yeah, exactly. So there's that, number one. Number two, it's like, okay, now you need to go ahead and create this creature or this character that is 6'7" tall, you know, and then now she's got to have flowing hair. She's wearing a sparkly dress, and you got to worry about the lighting, any camera flashes that are coming in if they're taking photos of her. So it's not, I don't expect it to be perfect. You know what I mean?
And again, like I said, season 2, whatever we've got, like I'm sure from Avengers to Smart Hulk is a huge difference. I'm surprised people are not more butthurt about Abomination being all fucking bony to like Abomination. Like all of a sudden he's a, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, what one of the writers said, because that was brought up, they're like, oh, he just evolved. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's everyone accepted that. Like, oh, he evolved. Okay. Cool. So there's that.
There's a lot of things that connect. Maybe there's something else, like Wong training for whatever he's training for.
Yeah.
That scene, the full scene, will be in something where we
Exactly.
just saw a clip of them fighting. What is Wong
Yeah.
training for? Because it's obviously after multiverse. So that's so cool.
Well, no. I don't think
that's
it's
so since you admitted to all this, you're wanted for. He's like, I gotta go.
It's not. It doesn't take place after multiverse. It takes place at the same time as.
One more time. Same time as.
It's supposed to take place at the same time that Shang-Chi's taking place.
Ouch. Okay.
Yeah.
Part 2 or part 1?
No, She-Hulk is supposed to be at the same time as Shang-Chi because of the whole fight scene.
That's hard to take.
Why?
Well, I saw Shang-Chi like five months ago or whatever. Like, it's so out of my brain that it's hard to. Usually, I'm used to one leading into the other.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was after this, so that it was kind of like what they're dealing with now.
Yeah, and I don't know if they've updated the timeline, but Disney Plus is pretty on the ball as far as like updating the timeline. So if you were to go to Disney Plus and you go to the MCU timeline, they kind of put everything in order. So it's like instead of like you'll get Captain America first, and then you get Captain Marvel, and then Iron Man, and then so on and so forth. So
even though Iron Man came out first, like they go story. Right. Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly. So there's that. So, but yeah,
a lot of the comments were basically, that was a long tangent, but that was to say fuck you to that guy. And you know where to find us. Fuck you. A lot of it is agreement with what you're saying. Claps.
Yeah.
Heavyweight in response. Guaranteed all these haters. Wait a minute. Am I turned on by a CGI character? Very much heavyweight. I loved it. It was funny. That was in response to She-Hulk.
Yeah.
We have we got a lot of follows from your comment.
Right on.
Forgive me for this. We've been doing a lot of teenage
the teenage dirtbag.
Thank you. And so there's a lot of likes from that. So I'm trying to figure out all those promoted on my record blah blah blah.com versus hello Felicia. We are small, but we are but a small podcast. We are hoping to share and comment and it goes somewhere. Thank you for amplifying. I don't know what amplifying is. I'm guessing that's a thing. Another podcaster. Hello, Felicia. We talk about this on Twitter. This feels like a sick joke. Tell me this isn't real. It's why I don't support DC or Marvel. They know how to pander too far to too many races. Okay, now we're getting into
the DC.
Yeah, we didn't have a show last week. So get into that.
Okay.
We didn't have a show last week. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, first off, again, thank you for everybody that ended up sending us comments on our video.
Well, we have more comments. And also, first off, you have to go. First off, fuck your bitch and the clique you claim. Because it's Tupac!
Oh.
Sorry. For the Tupac people, you guys know what I'm talking about.
But I just want to thank everybody for the comments, and I know there's going to be more that we're going to go ahead and go through. But to talk about what Ash was talking about, and I know a lot of us, including myself, got real heated at what we saw. So for some of you may or may not know, the month of September is Hispanic Heritage Month. Okay, so a lot of the comic book companies, what they'll do is they'll go ahead and reach out to Hispanic artists to go ahead and draw up a specific cover for a comic book line or what have you that inspires the heritage that they're trying to go ahead and promote. So obviously Black History Month, they'll have a lot of Black artists go ahead and do covers for that. Asian or Pacific Islander Asian American Heritage Month, Pride Month, things like that. So September is Hispanic Heritage Month. So Marvel, I feel, is doing a fantastic job promoting the Hispanic.
Before we talk shit,
promoting the Hispanic heritage, because if a lot of people did see that with Black Panther, they are making a twist to Namor. Namor is now in the MCU, has Hispanic ties. Okay, he and I think a lot of us that did see it, saw and felt that representation, because it's like we see that and we're just like, yeah, that's something that we can relate to. So that made a lot of us feel very proud to see something like that. DC, on the other hand, ended up doing a few mock-ups for Hispanic Heritage Month. And Ash, I know you're going to end up editing the video, so if you can throw up some of the imagery later in post-production. Okay. But according to DC,
the only reason I'm making that face is because Luis didn't say that.
Well, Luis is taking a hiatus, so it's on you.
Okay. Didn't know that, but I mean, I knew he was taking a hiatus.
Right.
Go on.
So apparently to DC, when you say Hispanic Heritage Month, the first thing that they think of is food. Yeah. So that's what they think about Hispanic Heritage Month is food. So there are 7 covers that we'll try to go ahead and show, and we'll post them on our socials if you guys want to see it later. But I know I ended up making a video in regards to it because it really bothered me, to my core. There was a Hispanic artist that did a cover for Teen Titans Unlimited, or Titans Unlimited. It's a run that's going to go ahead and kick off in the month of September, and the front and center is Kyle Rayner, who, if you all don't know, is a Green Lantern. And he was going to go ahead, this Hispanic artist was going to go ahead and pay homage to another Hispanic muralist, painter, sculptor, of one of his very famous pieces that he did. At first, it looked beautiful. I loved it. The way I saw it, he's got the original drawing has the Mexican flag in the background. You can see the eagle with the serpent in the eagle's beak. Then you see the flurry or a big kind of like yeah, you see food in the background because it's part of the original mural. So it was submitted to DC, and for whatever reason, DC said no, that we can't go with this because of X, Y, and Z. There's some allegations saying that it was due to copyright infringement. I don't know what copyright infringement they're talking about. If they're talking about the lantern, the lantern is part of the Green Lantern Corps and has been used for decades on end for the Green Lantern comic books. It
might be the homage to the artist. Way lesser scale.
Right. But
the guy, wait. The guy that did Randy Orton's tattoos, because they show up on a video game,
yeah,
wants to sue. So maybe if that artist's work that they're paying homage to. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Which,
well, here's the thing, that mural is no longer around. It was decommissioned back in the 80s, the early 80s is when it was decommissioned.
Yeah.
Okay. And it definitely can't be the Mexican flag, because the Mexican flag does fall under common ownership now, just like the American flag, which is why in countless Superman comic books you see the American flag in there. In in Captain America, obviously, there it's in the name. So what DC and their infinite wisdom, what they ended up doing is they ended up scrapping that cover, and they replaced the flag, the Mexican flag, with a green flag, or a construct that what the Green Lantern can do is a construct of a flag, and in the flag it says Viva Mexico. And then it goes from Kyle Rayner holding the lantern to holding a plastic bag filled with tamales. So there's that. At first, I thought it was a joke. Like, I thought this couldn't be real. There's no way. It's DC. Someone ended up taking, but no, it turns out that comicbook.com ended up doing a piece on it. Variety did a piece on it. So it was all over the internet. I made a video about it because I was really upset about it, because obviously this is part of my heritage. I want my kids to grow up and know their heritage, because now we are, as Hispanics, we are now becoming the majority. We are no longer the minority. We are becoming the majority. So what I want to know is, and everyone that's seen our video, I appreciate it. Thank you for all the comments on there. Thank you for the support. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it, Ash and Jose, in regards to DC and their stupidity that they decided to do. Now, as recording of this podcast, 2 or 3 days ago, DC, or it's been the Hispanic artist, I think his name is Jose Morales, if I'm not mistaken. He tweeted like, oh, that DC approved his final design. So the original design with the Mexican flag and all that stuff has been approved, and that's being published this month for Hispanic Heritage Month.
After the whole uproar.
So I need to grab another drink. You guys take it away. I want to hear this.
Till you come back, I'll just say the other comments that these people said.
Yeah, go ahead.
If this is your name, I'm so sorry. Anna Thoma. I'm not making fun of it. I don't know if it's a name or if it's like you're merging the Anna, the Ma, 420. Anathema. There you go. I said it right. It's
sound it out.
Anathema. No, there's no anan. Anathema. Mm-hmm. Fuck. I'm sorry. If I'm totally butchering your name, I'm so sorry. It's why I don't support DC or Marvel. They know how to pander too far to many races. This one on the other hand is just stereotypical Mexican madness. Said Mexican madness.
Okay.
Oh, I forget they only give Black people representation because it suits them and the agenda to do so. Don't give them your money. Watch them fall. Cheers. All right. This was not okay. Oh, Tinker Telly, this was not okay. This was a slap to the face to the Hispanic community. Heavyweight, insubordinate, and churlish. That is a Keenan and Peele joke. Shameful, also by Heavyweight. Stevie, friend of the show. I'm always rooting for you, DC, but you keep fucking up. Disappointment doesn't come close to how awful this is. All right. When I say all right, I'm not disregarding or belittling it. I'm just going on with all the comments because there is a lot that you guys have said to this, because this is one of those subjects that pretty much hit hard for a lot of people. Tinker Telly, This is insulting. This is what DC Comics thinks of their Hispanic fans. Really, this is disappointing and hurtful. Viva la Blanquita. No, no, no. I don't want to believe that this is real. That is the not only there was a tamale one, there are other ones, and they're
There's other
all
ones.
related,
There are other ones. Yeah.
and they're all carrying food, or they're all
It all ties to food. All of it. All of it ties to food. You know?
heavyweight. What the fuck? I am shocked and appalled. What are they gonna do next? John Stewart, Green Lantern, with a bucket of chicken and greasy lips. That's from Heavyweight, who is African American. So he's able to
I
say
like
that.
how he's clearing that up.
No, I don't. I just don't want to start. This
I know.
motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
I know. No, I understand. I understand.
Phil's Meals commented, really, really a bag of tamales, and they thought this was just fine. What the fuck? Ortega 9 at DC Comics. That was just to get them to see that because we asked them to at them.
Yeah.
Stop this bullshit. And everything else is a request to follow. We're all caught up on comments.
Nice.
Thank you for the comments because that's real shit. That's not,
Yeah.
for the lack of a better word, that's not Karen. And I don't mean that as a race. I mean that as that type of person. That's
Right.
not the Karen. Every race has a Karen. That's not you just being used to your way. That
Right.
is you being offended because there's real culture. There's
Mhm.
fucking everybody is so much more than food or whatever we think represents our race or heritage. When I say whatever, I'm not, it's everything. You gotta encompass fucking everything. If you're gonna bring it, you're gonna fucking bring it and not be like, oh, we'll have them holding a bag of tamales and we'll fucking make that shit go. Like that's never gonna work. I don't
It's
know
lazy.
why.
That's the best word I could think. It's lazy. It's people sitting in a room thinking, what are we gonna do? And the first thing they thought is food. Let's just throw a bag of tamales in this guy's hand.
It's
It
also
was
business.
I didn't feel like it was after me and Esteban were talking about it last night.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it more after.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't even. I might have been a little bit more upset about it last night. I was throwing the R word around, you know, and after I thought about it more, I was like, I don't even think it's that. I think a room full of people thought this was a good idea. And I even, a lot of times I try to look on both sides of the fence. And when people ask about culture, one of the things they always say about Mexican Latino culture is that family oriented, hardworking, and food is a thing that people mention.
Right.
People, food is something that I mean, there aren't a million Mexican restaurants and Salvadorian restaurants and Peruvian restaurants all over the state and all over the country out of coincidence. People like the food.
Maybe have him at his family's house instead of just having a bag of tamales. Maybe.
Bro,
that's where I'm saying it's lazy. Have him there doing something cool. Maybe abuelita and mom in the back making tamales.
Like as he's
dancing, dancing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
exactly.
fucking.
Standing him there with a bag, a grocery bag that says tamales on it.
Yeah.
With tamales.
Especially you know that tamales.
That's
like,
just that's lazy. It was lazy. And like I said, it and I guess you could say shame on if there's Latinos in the DC and wherever that room was where they decided this was funny, they let that pass.
Yeah.
Especially if it's for Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yeah.
That's your 1 month. That's where you want to highlight the community. That's where you want to show all the best of the community. And for them to just like, oh yeah, okay, a bag of tamales, that'll be funny. It's just it's just so lazy and
It could have been too,
amateurish.
somebody genuinely tried to do that. And again,
Yeah.
like Stefan brought up, like, no, I just want them to have a bag of tamales. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you still need a
yeah. Let's.
paycheck. Damn, like,
Yeah, exactly. How about if we're in the kitchen? How about if we're in a kitchen at our home, and even if you
absolutely.
make it a even if you make it a rustic home, a adobe home, and you see abuelita and tia in the back, doing
Putting,
all the making the
putting a
tamales.
spoon to your mouth, like
Even
you're,
if you're eating it,
yeah,
even if you're eating
yeah.
them, and in the background, that's I
But the
wouldn't have
background,
an
like
issue
you
with that.
said,
But just
yeah.
him just standing there like he's standing on a street corner with a bag of tamales and a raggedy flag in his hand, because it's not a regular flag. It looks like it's
Yeah.
all raggedy, and it's just
Yeah.
it,
Fuck,
it just it
red,
rubbed me
right?
the wrong way.
What if the suit was red, white, and green? In the middle was the logo. Oh, that would have been
Something
dumb.
like that. Something like that, or
Dumb.
and then I know the second picture I saw was a Dominican flag.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, there was, it was like their guy was like in his kitchen with the Dominican flag hanging up on the wall, which even that's better. But again, it was, I think he was making plantains or he was doing something like that, which, yeah, in the Caribbean, that's a staple in the cuisine is the fried plantains and stuff like that. But it's just, like I said, I just feel like it was just ill, just poorly thought out. And just
Yeah.
like they had to go to lunch, and they're like, "What are we gonna do? We need to get this out before lunch. We got 15 minutes to think about it.
What it was.
Let's just put food in the pictures, and we'll call it a day." You know. And then you could even think maybe there's, and in all cultures too, maybe people are scared to do something else. Would it have
Yeah.
been offensive to someone if would it have been offensive to someone? Let's put it this way. What if
Some
you
people,
have what if you have a superhero out in a field, like as a field worker? Now, yeah, one person can say that's offensive. Oh, look, you're just generalizing. But in reality, our people are the backbone of this country when it comes to the agricultural area. Without jumping up on a pedestal, without our people, without the Latinos, it's just not moving. It's not moving. We're not. It's not moving. The agriculture is not moving. So but a person could be offended by that. I
Right.
think sometimes I think now in this culture everything could be offendable. What if you put a guy in a chadro suit? Oh, why is he in a chadro suit? Why is he in I told I you know I like I said it was sloppy, it was lazy,
they were
and
they were trying to.
I think the
You're,
sloppiness and laziness is what is offensive.
Yeah.
They just they put no thought into it. Here, let's give them their comic books this month and
Yeah.
call it a day.
Zach Pot on Twitch says it's true. Hardest working people, in my opinion. I'm just a. It's got in purple. I am just a stars. Zach is Caucasian. I don't know what the stars are, but I'm not gonna fucking speculate. But Zach Pot is Caucasian, and he just put stars. So,
Yeah.
but uh, I don't even know if that would be offensive. I was gonna say, Zach, you're like fucking of color by association, by how many friends you have. More, you have so many friends that are of color. You used to put dumb white guy. He put that on stars, and then he clarified and said dumb white guy. I would never say that, but fucking, you're one of us, bro. You're good.
One of us.
One of us. There's like 9 thoughts I had as you were talking, and it's amazing that you kept with it, because by me cutting you off, it would have went left and right, and please always do that. I do appreciate that. Twitch censored it, not me. So Zach Bot called himself a dumb white guy, which we did not say.
Oh, Twitch censored him.
Yeah.
Got it.
But for some reason, putting it in all capital letters let him say it. Anyway,
He screamed it.
there. also I feel like they're so afraid to offend people that maybe in their business brain they thought that was acceptable.
It's
I
still,
don't
but
accept
like
that.
Jose's saying, yeah, like Jose's saying, it was lazy.
Yeah, very lazy. And then you ended up
it was the least offensive thing they could do. It was the least in their mind. It was how could people complain about food?
Yeah, exactly. It's not what you did, it's how you fucking did it.
How you did it.
It's like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed in you.
How many times have we got yelled at as we're like we're done with the plate, like, bro, I'm stuffed. I'm stuffed. Eat. I get called skin and bone. I ain't skin and bone. And I still get made to eat. So please eat. That would have even been funnier. Like, I'm a fucking Supergirl, but you're with your mom.
Oh,
You're only the son. You're only fucking little, mijo.
Yeah.
I always got weird because my mom called random strangers mija, and I was like, I don't know if she knows what you're saying to her. Like, I would be weird, like, it's okay, mija. And they're like, because she was like, maybe she doesn't know what that word is. And I'm not trying to make it a race thing. Like, maybe she doesn't know in that race. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was all like, fuck, maybe she thinks you're calling her a fucking bitch. Like, you don't know. But anyway, my mom was Mexican, I should say.
Yeah, but your mom was like super endearing and like caring and stuff. So I don't think.
No, I meant so that I meant.
No, for sure. No, of course. If like any random person, like, yeah. No, I get it. You know, but yeah, I don't think if your mom said that to anybody, like anybody would take it the wrong way. You know what I mean?
No. I'm just saying. I was a kid and I was like, I know what mijo and mija means. I don't, but you know, fucking Starlight might not know what mija means, or Rain, or fucking Tyler may not know that name, what that word is. And I'm not being general. I'm being very fucking general. I'm not fucking picking on any other race.
Right.
I'm saying, you know, fucking Tyrone might not know fucking what mija means. So
right. No, I get it. But
on the other half, I'm black, so I could say Tyrone.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm covered.
Of course.
You should look at my credit. I'm covered. I'm above everybody. Fuck you.
So that was the nonsense that fucking DC did, you know. So it's like when I first saw the cover, the original cover, it's like I'm like, yeah, you know what? That looks pretty dope. I want to buy a couple copies. Now, even though they're going with that, I'm just like, I don't want to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh, like
it's forced.
Yeah,
they're forcing it out now.
Yeah,
like there's no excitement behind it. There's no pride behind it. It's like, let's put this one out because they're mad about the other one.
What about if you showed up to the comic book store with the comic that you got and got that one for free? Would that kind of balance it? Like, at least you like a variant? No, I mean, I'm not saying you did not offend us. I'm just saying it's not like you're gonna shut down the fucking.
Because no, I don't think that. Yes, I get what you're saying, but I think it's more so like, no, like these fuckers, like I'm not giving them my money. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's boiling down to.
You already did it. You already did it. I'm saying the people that did get the tamale cover, what if you show up with that cover and get the
people that bought the tamale cover? I'm just gonna say they're fucking dumbasses and a little racist. So there's that.
What about the guy that gets a subscription that didn't know he bought it?
I don't give a fuck.
Which I'm still looking for a comic book store that says like, I want these titles, and they fucking, and you go once a month and just get your shit.
That's any comic book store. Just tell them that you want to start a pull list.
I did, but he takes me to the back and then I end up on fucking Pornhub. I just want comics.
Back to girth.
Back to girth. That's what the fucking episode be called.
Name of the show.
Back to girth.
Back to girth. So, needless to say, DC has, quote unquote, has righted the wrong that they've done, but still, it's still fucking disgusting. Another thing that DC is doing because of all the drama that's going on at Warner Brothers / Discovery is that they canceled DC Fandom. DC Fandom, it has been their answer to Disney's D23 convention that they have, which is actually coming up this actual weekend. September 10th is what they're going to go ahead and unveil, the continuation of phase 5, phase 6 for over at Marvel. So DC Fandom is their answer to Marvel's D23. So it's been canceled. Reason why it's been canceled is because of the entire shakeup that's happening, the cancellation of Batgirl, that they want to go ahead and focus on essentially the trinity of the DC universe: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. They've already made it known that the Flash movie is going to be the reboot. That's going to be the catalyst, the reboot that's going to go ahead and kick off the new DC movie universe. And it's highly possible that we will get a new Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. We probably won't see Gal Gadot come back. We probably won't see Jason Momoa come back. We probably won't see Robert Pattinson come back. Most likely, Cavill come back. Yeah,
that part, really?
Yeah,
Pattinson.
That's what they're saying. They're saying that.
So no Colin Farrell Penguin, or are we going to do that, but it's not going to count?
I don't know now, not after the whole DC thing. So who knows?
It's so dumb because as bad as Daredevil the movie was,
right,
it's still part. That's not me. It's still. I'm so used to that being me, Jose, that I actually got it. DC Fan Zone, maybe don't do anything new, but see Keaton and what you could have seen. See Jeffrey Dean Morgan as what you would have seen, what you would have had imagined him to be as Thomas Wayne, as Batman. Like, there's so many things you could have done where, like, kind of like their own what if series.
Yeah.
It's just bad. It's just so bad.
It's become a shithole of where projects go to die, essentially. So there's that. So, I mean, Jose, to you, does it matter?
Sorry. Before you go to Jose, Joaquin Phoenix, that's done too, or nothing?
No, that's still happening. That one's still happening.
Lady Gaga's gonna be in it, so maybe that'll.
No, because it actually made them a lot of money. That's why. And according to the new DC, the head of DC, the DC Studios, he feels, his name's Dave. I forget his last name. But he feels that these types of movies should be only in theaters and not go to a streaming service. That it's an experience for fans. So
like Black Adam.
Right.
DC, I hope that you fuck up so much Marvel buys you and does what you created right.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And that's not the characters. That's not any actor that's ever worked on a DC movie. Fuck, Michael Keaton, you're fucking one of my gods. Gal Gadot, you did amazing. Those are but a few. But fucking, I'll even accept the Green Lantern because fucking Blake Lively, you were fucking massively hot. No disrespect to Ryan Reynolds. But DC, I hope you fuck up so much by trying to fucking catch up to Marvel, who's on fucking phase 4. And fucking going into phase 5.
Yep.
I hope so much that Marvel just buys you, does what you could have done the entire time, because they will make everything you did wrong right. Jason Momoa, get your ass over here. Fucking Keaton, get fucking even fucking skinny bones with the fucking cheekbones, and I fucked up a lot and chokeslammed the girl. Ezra Miller. We'll do that movie. But we'll do it to where it ends up with Grant Gustin Like everything that we've been saying, they'll just be like, this is what worked, this is what worked, and just fucking even probably in one fucking movie, one flashpoint, and be like reshoot this and whatever. And
well again, that's
even Sony got it right, and you guys, God, fucking A, that fucking shit pisses me off, man.
and that's what I'm trying to say is like the Flash movie is supposed to be the catalyst that's supposed to reboot the entire cinematic universe for DC. I mean, Jose, how do you feel about seeing Batman's origin story for the 9th time, to see Superman's origin story for the 10th time, you know?
It's bad when you're referring to a movie like that, and it's the Val Kilmer Batman, it's the George Clooney Batman, it's the Michael Keaton Batman, it's the Ben Affleck Batman. That's one thing that Marvel has gotten right. Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Robert, I mean, until he decides he doesn't want to do it anymore, or they decide he's too old or he doesn't want to do it anymore. But what you do then is you can start over, and you can still keep Robert Downey Jr. for flashbacks or flash forwards and stuff like that, and then build up another person as that character as the franchise moves on. But just it's sloppy. They're stumbling over each other at the starting line. They can't get a lap in because they fall and they start over. And it's like, why? We don't need 5 Batmans. We don't need 4 Supermans. I mean, yeah, okay, Christopher Reeve obviously couldn't do it anymore, but I mean, you pick one and you go with it. It's like I can't imagine another Wonder Woman. It's Linda Carter, it's Gal Gadot, and that's it. Well, now who?
And
those two women were like perfect for the role.
Right, but after Linda Carter, due to fucking Gal Gadot's frame, there was a lot of fucking uproar about her being Wonder Woman, and she did fucking amazing. Yeah. She's fucking beautiful. You're fucking an idiot. Yeah. Whoever fucking said
exactly
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It just seems like DC just switches out their main character so much that you get no continuity with it. You can't. It's like you almost can't even follow the character because 1, maybe 2 movies, and then they're gonna change them, and it's gonna be totally different one. Michelle Pfeiffer, forever will be my Batwoman. My wife. She will forever be my Catwoman because at my age when it came out, that's the one. Yeah, did Halle Berry do okay? Fine, but
okay.
But Michelle Pfeiffer is my Catwoman.
Absolutely. And there was that part when Anne Hathaway did that weird push her ass out for no reason to fucking blow up something. Respect, but fucking that is my Catwoman. Fucking hell here.
And you also, depending.
I don't like scary movies at all. And that little part where the cats are biting her and just doing that, that fucking little bit freaked me out. But she ended up hot at the end of it. I'll take that.
Yeah. And I think it's based on the time you see it, the time in your lifetime that you saw it. Yeah. Your more influential years, and like I said, that's what sticks into your head. Marvel seems to be getting it right. Like you said, I don't understand why DC can't figure the equation out.
Iconic characters. As much Marvel has way more characters that we like, but DC has 3, the fucking Trinity, I'm sorry, of characters that are just fucking untouchable, and they just cannot do it.
It's the main characters.
Yeah.
It's the main character. But Joker is iconic.
Right.
Penguin could be iconic. The Bat characters, the villains, they can be equally iconic. Kind of like again, like Doctor Octopus in the Marvels. I can't see anyone else other than Alfred Molina doing it. I don't want to see anyone other than Alfred Molina doing it. If they can't get Alfred Molina to do it anymore, then just eliminate Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Like I said, DC will just cast another one, and then cast another one, and then cast another one, and it's just. I mean, I guess the closest thing is Marvel's Spidey's.
Yeah.
I mean, they've switched them out, but they also kind of try to make them certain eras. You know, like obviously Tobey Maguire was getting a little old.
They make it make sense.
Getting a little puffy.
Yeah.
They made it make sense because of part 3, it's a different universe. It's like
Right.
all their restarts were all valid.
Yeah.
This was gonna be like Michael Keaton.
Did it right. They did it right.
Yeah, Michael Keaton still counts. My Batman still counts, and they fucking took that away from everybody. Like if Adam West was still alive, rest your soul, they would have managed to figure out a way. Just that would have been everybody's your way of everybody's Batman. That's your fucking salute, and they just
can't.
Yeah, so DC just, I mean, clearly just keep shooting themselves in the foot and just can't get past whatever hurdle they're trying to cross, you know. Which is why they ended up killing the Snyderverse, which is why a lot of the DC, and these are DC executives are regretting the fact that they released the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So a lot of EVPs and VPs over at DC regret the fact of giving Snyder the ability to go ahead and finish his film. The only reason why is because they feel that the fans are divided. There are fans that love the Snyder Cut, and there's fans that don't like it. You know. So for me personally, I liked it. I thought it was cool. It made the Justice League better than what we ended up actually getting. You know, which was done by Joss Whedon, who is another fucking creepazoid that did weird shit to his actors and actresses and shit like that. But for me, I dug it. I would have loved to see it, but I'm not like kind of pandering like I want more. It's like, you know what, I'm content with what I got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that. Just a couple bullet points real quick before we get into we got two more things that we want to go ahead and talk about, but it looks like right now Showtime is actually merging with Paramount Plus. So those that have Paramount Plus, good news for you guys. Good news for you guys. You guys are going to be getting a lot of Showtime stuff, but I just found this out. If you want to add the Showtime stuff on there, you got to end up bumping up your subscription tier to the next one in order to get it. What's that?
Luis, we got to talk.
Yeah, you got to go ahead and bump up your subscription tier to go ahead and qualify for the Showtime stuff. So if you guys want it, it's there. If not, you know, whatevs.
It's convenient. It's convenient. It's one download. It's one app.
Yeah, exactly. What's up?
From Twitch.
Yeah.
Zach, out of context, you're talking as we're talking, so this doesn't make sense. But
yeah.
Did you know that the 1973 movie Soylent Green was based in the year 2022? Does your Showtime automatically get Paramount no extra charge?
No.
Those are two different things, but he's been talking as we're talking because he's watching live.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I feel like it was a book that I had to read in fucking high school. Am I wrong? No, Soylent Green
doesn't ring a bell.
I think it's a Kubrick film.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I believe so.
Zach, I believe the edible has kicked in. You're good. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So
do you happen to know if Showtime automatically gets onto Paramount and extra charge?
No, it does not. Yeah, you gotta pay for the extra tier. So everybody that has Paramount Plus that's watching us on Twitch or on TikTok, if you have Paramount Plus, you got to pay for that extra tier. I found that out today when I was surfing through Paramount Plus, which, by the way, I rewatched World War Z, I forgot how fucking good that film is.
I liked it, and I don't like scary movies. I liked it.
Yeah.
And by the way, so we don't get negative feedback, it wasn't Kubrick. It's not Kubrick. I'm thinking something else. It's Richard Fleischer.
Ah.
And
Okay.
I'm just reading the summary,
Yeah.
and it is I see what this guy's talking about. Mainly, it says, and it's like I say, it's pretty interesting. It's basically taking the greenhouse effect, pollution,
Uh-huh.
and the effects of the effects of the greenhouse effect of the humidity and everything going on in the world, and how the effects are. Like I said,
Right.
what he's saying, if you read the summary of the movie, it is kind of freaky because it's,
Oh shit.
poverty, pollution, resulting in pollution, poverty, overpopulation, euthanasia, depleted resources because of the greenhouse effect. And that
Wow.
movie was made in '73. And like you said, it
73?
was based. Yeah, and it was and the movie was based, when they made the movie, it was based in 2022.
Oh,
So yeah,
see, that needs context. Without, you see, we would have ran right over that.
Yeah.
Without, like,
yeah. And that is, that's that it was a science fiction movie, but as we're seeing in our everyday life now, that
It was not
maybe it
science
wasn't so
fiction.
science fiction. Maybe it's not so science fiction.
Fucking A.
Okay.
Ah.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't misappropriate or misunderstand what the guy was trying to say, because that's pretty freaky.
Yeah, no, yeah. Zach comes up with some pretty weird shit when he's on his edibles.
But that's
but he's like, okay. Sometimes I'm interesting. Most of the times I'm pretty irrelevant.
Why is he always bashing on himself? What the fuck, dude?
I fucking usually do it.
self-deprecating.
Dazed and Confused. Do you ever seen Dazed and Confused?
Yeah.
We're fucking the guy, and it's green too. Like, he is that guy. Like, he is your mother, man. Like, he's fucking that guy. Like, he's a part of every single group. You cool, man. Like, he's very that guy. He just, once this fucking party becomes like a little bit like, that guy just said something stupid, he just like, that's very.
So he'll go ahead and find his way into the next one.
You should see him at fucking 311, the 311 festival. Like, he goes very much to like, oh, that guy just said the N-word. Like, and then like, yeah, so blah blah blah. I was just talking about this and blah blah blah. Like,
Yeah.
no, fuck you, I'm not going home. He just gets very like, he just stays away from everything.
So
He's fucking a genius and not a genius, but he's the homie, he's the brother.
no, I hear you. Zach is the brother.
I'm pretty chill. No, you're not.
Hey, okay, hold on, time out. Angie Ortiz 561. She says Zach says hi. He's anti-TikTok. So is Angie and Zach?
Oh my God. So here we have, in the same household, we have his girl on TikTok and him on fucking Twitch.
That's funny.
Yeah. So we have to be multi-platform, because even the same household, like, if that proves, it always has to be like, whatever your shit is what your shit is.
That's awesome, dude.
I don't.
She goes, yeah.
By the way, we're all Team Angie. Fuck Zach.
There you go, Angie. You heard it here. You heard it on TikTok first. So moving on to our last two topics, because our very last topic, I can't wait to watch our last topic, because I'm a very fair weather wrestling fan.
For our last topic, you have to do a shot with me, because it's gonna fucking go deep. You got to do a shot with me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Angie says
Arm-
she loves us. Well, Angie, we love you too. And next time, Angie, because I know you guys are in Arizona. Next time you guys are in LA, you guys need to come and hang out with us. So there's that.
I'll see Angie at WrestleMania because I'm going to WrestleMania, bitches.
Fucker. Thanks for
I
buying,
thank you.
asshole. Thanks for
It's
buying.
nosebleed. I'm going.
Huh?
It's nosebleed, but I'm still going.
Thanks for the invite, Dick.
Hey,
I'll do
we
it.
gotta call Sandy. We gotta call Sandy.
Hey,
Yeah.
busy. You said busy. Which I
Yeah.
understand.
So for what, Jose, so that we can get our posters that we've been asking for.
Turn down for what? We should do
You
a fucking
you can.
Royal Rumble party, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Angie says for sure. Down.
Yep.
So our next topic, we're gonna go ahead.
Shots on Angie. Go on.
What'd you say?
Shots on Angie. Go on.
Shots on Angie. No, not like actually on her, but to buy. Watch it. Watch it, Ash.
All right.
Hey,
Sorry,
wherever
Zach.
wherever the night takes
Wherever
us.
the night leads us. Like Lost Boys. I still believe. Anyway, but that should be my fuck. All right, 2000. I'm not gonna say that because somebody will use that in the future. One day in the future, I will, for one Halloween, I will be the guy in chains and the
Saxophone guy.
saxophone guy from Lost Boys. I will eat that for 1 year, but it's not going to be the year that you choose. I have to be comfortable with it. But I either have to be Family Matters dad fat, or I got to be fucking Blade skinny. But it has to be one of those. It can't be either. I have to be except like, hey, bro.
Can't be average.
Yeah, I can't be like in the middle where like I have long hats. I have to be like either comfortable or just like, hey, I can, either I waddle or that guy looks
Strut.
crazy.
Strut.
We have two. Are you saying shot?
His strut.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Either strut or waddle. But
Yeah.
but I can't. But excuse me.
All right, so I'm calling it now. Me and Jose, 1 year, have to have a
I like how you're saying that while he's not there.
unified, like, we have to figure out a Halloween that we're gonna do like
That is dangerous.
you should have brought that out the whole time.
That is dangerous.
We will do
It
Ash calls it the horny toad drink.
we have to do a dual costume. Me and Jose.
Okay.
Like let's say like it's not this, because I already did that with Zach, but like Jules and fucking Vincent Vega, like we have to figure out a costume that like
Okay. A theme costume. I thought you meant like the horse.
I couldn't think of the word.
Secretariat from the
I gotta be the horse, and you're
Craig
gonna be
Ferguson show.
You're gonna ride me around. See how you racist you are? Or do you work for DC?
No, I didn't say.
Wow.
I gotta be a goddamn horse. Ladies, I'm a horse.
Oh, thank you.
I'll let you. Ash, you would be Jaws, and the other guy would be the fisherman. You eat him, Ash. Zach, this is why we're Team Angie.
That was probably because of the shot comment.
This is a perfect reason why we're Team Angie.
Absolutely, Angie.
She just
Where'd she go?
She disappeared.
I just went to fuck with Zach because he's not asleep yet. He's like, I'm still watching the show. Which, hey, if you don't watch live, if you don't watch our YouTube and you're watching live, you still get credit. It's amazing. And you're adding to the show. Ash and dolphins. I'm sure that starts because he just talked about Jaws, but maybe his emoticons are only dolphins, which kind of soften everything up. Hey, you can't judge the guy.
I mean, you could.
You could. He's gonna need a bigger boat. All right. before the next two, we have two more content. Oh my god,
two more topics. Two more. One's probably going to be a little.
Let's do this.
It has a happy ending.
Never say that again.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Cheers.
I try to do my Shaq impersonation when he ate that chip, you know.
Oh yeah.
Is Zach just watching us live, like sitting next to his wife, like all like she's all like, I already signed off, bitch. Like, oh, I'm still watching.
I'm going to bed. I'm still watching.
Team Angie. I don't like the way you coughed.
Wow. So on a sad / happy note, we're getting Brendan Fraser back, guys. He's coming back.
Thank God. Thank God.
I'm so happy for that. Like, no joke. Like, I am extremely happy for that. You know, so just a quick rundown. If you guys don't know, Brendan Fraser was everywhere in the 90s. Encino Man, George of the Jungle, Bedazzled. He was
Airheads.
The Mummy, Airheads.
Airhead.
He was everywhere. He was the next. My wife was in love with him. So it's just
fucking School Ties, bro. I still can't watch that movie.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't watch that movie. Like, it's fun when they treat him all nice, and then once it gets, I've seen Get Out twice, and I still can't watch School Ties past the part where they start to treat him like a dick, and that's fucking Chris O'Donnell. Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. So he was up and coming. Then unfortunately he was assaulted.
I don't like the way that sounded.
Huh?
I don't like the way that sounded.
Yeah.
You mentioned great for the last hour and a half, so up and coming does not sound great.
Oh, shut up, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Now, what's the time? I'm confused on the timeline of this though, because I know he was injured doing the Mummy.
Right.
Now, was the assault after, or was that before the Mummy?
It was after the Mummy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. He was assaulted. I mean, he was injured. He had to get his neck fused.
Yeah.
I mean, it was jacked up. And you see him now, like he's literally like.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously it's had terrible long-term effects, but there was the injury, and then the assault.
Yeah.
And then I guess he felt forced to go back and work on Mummy 2, which was terrible for his health.
Yeah.
Because he was never able to.
What was the Scorpion King? Was it
recover? I think that's when The Rock took.
Yeah, no, he was. 3 was Jet Li.
Yes, 3 was Jet Li.
Yeah.
Sorry. God damn, when Rock came out as that Scorpion, that was the worst CGI. She-Hulk was miles ahead. And for some reason, he still did the eyebrow.
The eyebrow, yeah.
Worst. Sorry, but yeah. Brendan Fraser was amazing in that.
Yeah, so he was the next, up and coming, heartthrob for everybody in the 90s. Unfortunately,
action movie, like guys accepted it, girls accept, like it wasn't like fucking Josh Hartnett.
He was Ryan Reynolds before Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, guys accepted him, girls accepted him. Like it wasn't like fucking look how pretty I am, and then guys were like, I'm not gonna watch Twilight, but girls will. You know what I mean? Like everybody accepted him. We're all good.
Right. So unfortunately, he was assaulted. He was sexually assaulted. He tried to speak out on it. Unfortunately, because of the times, nobody believed him. So at that point, when nobody believed him, when he was trying to
also that's guy level
for himself. What's that?
Also, that's guy level too, where like when stuff happens to a guy.
Yeah, and yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Like if a guy claims that, like, oh, okay, well, even even when they say like,
Terry Crews also, yeah.
Like oh, it's funny if a guy gets raped. It's not like
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
yeah, it's if the guy's saying it to make it how he deals with something like that, like that's different than like how
At
you're
that point,
making it acceptable that you got that. Like you're, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to make it not feel sorry for me. We're all gonna laugh, kind of a thing. And it's your personality. Girls have that too. Like, uh, you know, prison gay got accepted because that's the way a guy and other people can make that funny, so we can all laugh at it because that's the way that we're all going to laugh and heal from it. Because I'm pretty sure any one of us that went through any of that, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
The only way I could
and then not
whatever is to make it funny. Like I know I would have had to make it funny, but there's other people like him that would like, bro, that's your whole fucking career. Like his applause was like, I've been here the whole time,
right? And that's I
became this because of everything I dealt with, and not Tom Cruise. And I'm not disrespecting him because he's fucking the shit in Doom. I'm just Doom Patrol. I'm just saying, like, you're trying to be this level while dealing with this all.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately that happened to him. Nobody believed him, and he was blacklisted from Hollywood. No one wanted to go ahead and take a chance on him. So that's why he pretty much dropped off.
Then he still had the injuries. He was still recovering from the injuries. His marriage falls apart.
Yeah, his marriage fell apart. Yeah.
How untouchable are you if doing George of the Jungle doesn't affect your career?
Right.
You were untouchable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. He at that time he could do what. At that time, like I said, it's even to the point where Esteban said up and coming. I think he was there. I think he was there. I don't think he was at. I don't think he never got to the Brad Pitt, Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington level.
Right.
But he was there. He made his career. He made his niche. He made the silly movies. He made the serious action movies. He made movies, School Ties and stuff where it was with honors too.
There's a movie with honors, which is one of my.
There was another like school movie.
Right, but that's still that fucking movie is such a fucking teachable moment, in that it was Joe Pesci, like off of fucking Home Alone 2, probably even, but it was one of those like he's homeless in a van and he takes a chance on somebody, and the guy in the van ends up being a fucking genius, and this is just fucking great fucking movie.
Uh-huh.
And he even has fucking Madonna's fucking theme song. It's like amazing fucking movie. Has fucking Moira Kelly.
Moira Kelly.
Yeah. Oof. Super hot. Go on. Oof.
I keep interrupting. Yeah, like I said, he was going through. I mean, his life legitimately crumbled, like hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do at that point? I mean, you could tie yourself up by the bootstraps, but now you're blacklisted from Hollywood. You're practically handicapped because I mean, you can see now. Even now, he can't move well.
Look at the fucking
what else do you do but hide? I mean,
the guy from Sons of Anarchy that was in Mouse, that was in fucking Alien vs Predator, and like another person that just lay in the cut and just be cool, and you're gonna fucking be made like just something. He could have ended up like that, and he just unfortunately went this way. Fortunately went this way because he's still with us, because he still got that fucking standing ovation, which was somehow still overtaken by Harry Styles spitting on fucking Chris Pine, which again, I don't follow any Entertainment Weekly, any fucking whatever. It's
But it's
honestly
fucking everywhere, dude.
It's honestly Instagram that keeps me relevant to anybody that has beef with anybody, and I'm still fucking 5% of who's not getting along with anybody. The fuck, that's not my shit. I have no clue who the new rapper is. Like, fucking Little Yachty has 14 fucking baby mamas. Not one song can I fucking tell you. Not one song. Nick Cannon has 8 babies or whatever he has, and I'm like, okay, I know Nick Cannon from whatever, but I'm going with the context of that motherfucker got a fucking standing ovation, and it meant fucking world to him.
Exactly. And that's the thing is that's the thing is like he came, and I'm not sure where he was at financially, but it's like all of a sudden he came out and started doing cons. He would show up to cons, he would get autographs and stuff like that, or he would do autographs and stuff like that.
Little by little, right? Like, oh, you like me? Like it was like a
No, exactly. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's like
there for that shit.
He forgot how well he was liked, how well he was loved, how well he was.
Love that.
You know,
there was that viral video from probably months or maybe a year ago, where the 2 girls go up to him and tell him how much that he meant to them as kids,
right?
And how
like
he like I said, same thing. He literally is like, well, his eyes are watering up, and he doesn't know how to he doesn't know how to respond to it. Like he just didn't realize what his absence meant to a lot of people. Because like I said, he was always seemed like he was a genuine good guy.
Right.
And to see him disappear, and
Tom Cruise tried to take over your franchise and it didn't fucking work. You're doing fucking something right.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. The new film that Brendan Fraser's in is called The Whale, you know. It's about a man, I think he reaches upwards to like 600 pounds, and he's trying to reconnect with his estranged daughter. You know, that's pretty much the premise of the movie. That man got a 6-minute standing ovation because of his portrayal. There's already Oscar buzz talks that he could very well be nominated for this film, you know.
And it was like after 2 minutes, like, hey bro, stop. Okay. Stop.
Right.
Like,
no, then they pulled him out and put him in the middle of the aisle and like, no, you're gonna take this ovation.
Exactly.
And he did a little aw shucks kick, and I mean, it's just like you want to root for him, and you can't.
Right.
You know, you want him to do well. You want him to win the Oscar. You want him to win the Golden Globe. You want him to succeed.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I haven't seen Doom Patrol. So I don't know, you know, the premise of it, or I know it's obviously based off
the first episode he's in it, and then like it's pretty much his voice because he's in the robot.
Right.
So I kind of figure they're using him for his voice.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah, because I think before Doom Patrol, like he came to being a regular on the TV show Scrubs, and that was the last thing that I saw him in was that, and then that's when he was officially gone. Huh?
Who did he play in Scrubs?
He played the brother of yeah, the Dr. Cox. He was yeah, dude. Bro.
Him and fucking Michael J. Fox. Those 2 episodes were like, good fucking episodes.
Yeah, because I think
the helicopter.
He was in Brendan Fraser was in like 3 or 4 episodes, and it was like a continuous, you know,
because he was trying to make him okay with him being gone, right? By the way, I'm gonna be fuck you.
Like he showed up, and he's just like, you know, he got injured. He accidentally in the show he accidentally nailed a 2x4 through his hand, you know. So they ran tests and everything, and it turns out that he had leukemia. So they did all the tests and stuff like that. Unfortunately, in the storyline, the leukemia takes him, you know, and then you see Dr. Cox trying to deal with his essentially friend, you know, his best friend passing away, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that episode's pretty heartbreaking. It's pretty sad, you know, to watch that one. The Michael J. Fox one also, he doesn't pass away in the.
They do an episode where he's passed, but he's still talking to him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that whole episode until the very, very end, you're just like, oh, he's cool, he's fine. You know, at the very end is when you find out, like the last
fuck
2
that.
minutes of the episode, you find out that he's dead. You know, you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Sorry.
So I'm sure with everyone else, we are extremely happy that Brendan Fraser's back. Hopefully he ends up having his comeback that you know he deserves, well deserved. Who knows where he's gonna go?
Say something fucking stupid. In my head, I want him to be 90s Brendan Fraser, but also in my head and in my heart, who you are now,
Mm-hmm.
you have a million different characters. Absolutely, at you're not. Don't try to be who, in my head, you were in the 90s,
Bro. Yeah.
Look at Joe Pesci has a flurry of he could be anything. Like he went from fucking Goodfellas to fucking Home Alone is my Christmas movie. Like
Yeah.
do your shits.
It's funny that you say that.
Prove to yourself what you have, but like be anything you fucking want because like don't be what you were in our head, be what you are now. Because
It's
you
funny
are
that
the same guy. Fucking look at sorry,
it's
one
funny.
second. Harvey Keitel
Yeah.
had a because of quarantine. Had a hard time dealing with Harvey Keitel being in Iron Mike for Hulu because he's bald and fucking the whole Hulk Hogan thing. And the last time, because of quarantine, I'm used to at the very least almost Pulp Fiction Harvey Keitel. So once it went to fucking like it was like a oh no, but like just go and be that now and just do 3 or 4 characters now and just make me accept. Don't even make me. I'm nothing. Make it acceptable because you're a fucking great actor. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I know it's coming out wrong, but like.
No, I get what you're saying. It's like it's the evolution of the actor, you know.
Right.
It's like you saw Harvey Keitel in, you know, Pulp Fiction and in Jackie Brown and in all the Quentin Tarantino movies, and then now you see him in this, and you're just like, wow, like I haven't.
It's what Sean Connery didn't want to do. Like you last saw me, he accepted me at this age and blah blah blah. I'm old and blah 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 and cool and blah blah blah. And then like when you saw like I'm Sean Connery, like nobody wanted to see it. As for him,
right?
Probably could have accepted it all the way until the end. But you know, like in my head, I want you to remember me as that. I made all my money. I'm allowed to just, you know, for fucking 10 years, just live.
Yeah.
But you remember me as that. In my head, you're the Rock.
Exactly.
Connery, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't see you as fucking how you went.
And that's the point that I'm getting to is that in one of Brendan Fraser's interviews that he did at a con, they asked him, well, what did you do to prepare for the role in the movie The Whale? And legit, he looks at them and he starts getting teary-eyed. He goes, everything that I've gone through has prepared me for this role. Everything that I've had to deal with and endure has got me to this role. You know, so for him to say that, you're just like, fucking A, dude. Like, homie went to hell and back to play this role, you know, a role that
and it's like, it was like you said, it's hell. It was personal. It was economical. It was physical. It was mental. He went to every layer of hell that you can go to, and to see him come back out, and you know, okay, you know, I'm not gonna say he's great, but he came out of it okay.
Yeah.
And you know, the first thing I thought one of the things I thought, and it's that part of me thinks is blasphemous, and it hasn't worked in other things. But I mean, what if he went the Indiana Jones way, the Crystal Skull? What if he comes back as the old knowledgeable archaeologist in a new Mummy movie with a united with a you know with a young apprentice? You know, what if it's like what's the other one I'm thinking right now? Jurassic Park, where you
Yeah.
let Chris Pratt take the character, but then you bring Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum back in these new movies where
That's
it's
what I was
like
gonna say.
the old, it's like the old, it's like and that works. Like okay, the Shia LaBeouf Indiana Jones thing that didn't work. That movie
That's
sucked.
fucking. That's what's fucking dumb about a fucking studio, is that yeah, it is. It is so like, oh, it's the new Jurassic Park. Other than technology, Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic Park Chris Pratt is the fucking same movie.
Same movie.
Yeah.
Part where fucking the Tyrannosaurus Rex saves us, which what we were afraid of for the whole movie.
From
And it was
from the new random dinosaur that they've
technology.
Mhm.
And it's not the same. It's not the same. Blah 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 blah. And it's the here's what sucks about that too is they did part 2 with only fucking Jeff Goldblum, and then they brought Sam Neill back for part 3.
Yeah.
Did the same fucking shit and brought Sam Neill back for part 3, and it was like, there's a formula that fucking works. Stop your fucking shit.
Yeah.
And they don't fucking figure it out. And the kind of the reason why I bring this up is they did The Crow, which they came out with. Thank you, Andreas, for bringing this up. They brought out a Funko Pop of the 92-93 The Crow figure.
Yeah.
And they still managed to make money on what the fuck it is.
Exactly.
And they brought out that, and I only want to know how I could fucking buy that.
Yeah.
There is shirt companies that the company says, okay, yeah, but we get a percentage, which whatever the fuck that is. And this shirt company, because you love it, you will put all the fucking work into it you can. And it's gonna be an amazing shirt that these guys who get a fucking percentage of. But it's an amazing fucking shirt. It's a still of, fucking Eric Draven doing this. It's a fucking still of fucking when the crow lands on his shoulder. Like, just little bits of whatever that fucking means to you is a fucking shirt. And this fucking company just, yeah. The Crow 2 by David S. Goyer, who does every fucking thing now that's fucking working. The Crow 2 could have been a fucking amazing, but Harvey Weinstein wanted it to be everything that worked in part 1 without it being Eric Draven.
Yep.
And then like, oh, let's just put fucking a guy in a gimp mask and a girl in a gimp mask getting poured wax on. Why? Like, what does that mean to anything?
Yep.
And then on top of part 2, why can't it be like I always do this? Why can't it be an accidental death that this guy is just trying to fucking like almost like fucking I know we did last summer. I did something accidentally, but I'm trying to cover it up, and this motherfucker is just getting revenge. Like the reverse of that, where the states is something accidental, but they become bad people by trying to cover it up. Just reverse that shit. You have a whole fucking story. Instead of fucking this guy in a raincoat, I'm pretty, kill me, like it's just an accident.
Yeah.
In The Crow, it's an accident that my girlfriend died in a car accident, and the Crow becomes the Crow. He's drunk driver,
Right.
whatever the situation is. It's an accidental thing that these people have, or whatever. Like, I don't know how we got from Brendan Fraser to this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it makes sense in my head.
Yeah. So, and to wrap it up at the end of this episode, let's go ahead and again, this is like I said, I call myself a fair weather wrestling fan. Obviously, if you guys don't know, there. Huh? Oh, I call myself a fair weather wrestling fan. If you guys don't know, quick rundown before I let Jose and Ash take over. There's a lot of drama going on in AEW. There's been drama going on with WWE. Vince McMahon is no longer CEO of WWE. Triple H is taking over.
Fucking, you're so far behind right now.
That's what I'm saying. Fair weather fan. So from this point going on until the end of the show, it's Ash and Jose taking over to go ahead and explain the drama that's going on with W and WWE.
All right. Well, no, that's a lot.
Well,
that really genuinely is a lot.
Put it in a nutshell.
Overall, fuck, that's a lot. Okay, as of old,
take your shot.
W. A year ago, as of old AEW, we had Adam Cole and Brian Danielson.
Yeah, Brian Danielson
coming in on that show. And today, Triple H is taking over, and it's hard to explain because I only want to talk about what's happening now.
Yeah.
But Vince is gone due to a lot of shit that is
very inappropriate and pervy. Yes.
Yeah. I will say this. I will say that because I did go through Hulk Hogan saying, and I don't say this word a lot, I don't fucking okay, thank you for saying that. Doing the N-word. Also you know, having the sex tape with his best friend's wife, while the N-word. And it wasn't even the N-word, it was like, if you're gonna date an N-word, date the richest N-word. Which he was only thinking business, and it was like she got to a point where she fucking recorded you. Like, yeah. That wasn't the first time. This wasn't like, today's the day. She probably heard that a lot until like today's the day. Anyway, it's a lot because WrestleMania, I'm going fucking deep into this. WrestleMania got built on Mr. T and that fucking association. Mm-hmm. It also got built on feeding him a storyline of 10 years of can I beat you? And it is 4 weeks of my ass getting kicked, rinse repeats, and I beat you at a pay-per-view. Today is very fucking different. And I will give Vince every
he deserves his flowers. He deserves his flowers for what he did for the sports entertainment world.
Vince created everything I loved and my entire childhood. Mm-hmm. I stayed up till fucking 12:30 in the morning on NBC on Saturday nights, and I only got fucking Brutus the Barber Beefcake. But once in a fucking while, you got a glimpse of Hulk Hogan beating up somebody. And also, I'm the guy that went to a rental video place, and like I got like SummerSlam '86 when they're like we're in 1993, and it was a whole video to me. I'm only going to now. CM Punk was very CM Punk said a lot of shit. CM Punk said a lot of shit about a lot of people that were creating the business that you're now in.
Right.
He said a lot of shit about the Young Bucks, which I will get to. The Young Bucks, according to him, said a lot of things about they got Colt Cabana fired. CM Punk got Colt Cabana fired. Even if you're trying to keep Hulk Hogan happy for Coco Ware, who built up the fucking business, I'm on nobody's fucking side. Like, even without CM Punk, Colt Cabana was barely fucking used. But at the same time, Tony Khan has built up AEW on independent workers that are fucking making this. And it's against fucking Vince, who's very like, that guy works, and then tomorrow he sneezed, and then that guy's done. Like, no, fuck you, bro. Like, no, you just made us watch a whole show where you're building up. Like, Dolph Ziggler is such a fucking amazing wrestler that you used him to where now if he wins a title, it's a waste, which is fucking dumb. That motherfucker built right is the next HBK, is the next whatever we're looking at. Like, I'm looking at Johnny Gargano as the next HBK, as the next fucking whatever, but you have Tommaso Ciampa as the Triple H to his fucking HBK. That's now. But before that, that is Sami Zayn is the HBK to KO Kevin Owens, Triple H. We already had this. We have so many Triple H versus HBK that we're cashing up, and now that Triple H is in charge, like, he has to like almost make up for fucking Home Slice, and also fucking like I need to make up for KO. I didn't even realize Kevin Owens didn't have a title for 5 years until he had a promo saying, I haven't had a title for 5 years. That's ridiculous because he's not been on TV for 5 years. But I've been making people like, you need to beat me and blah, blah, blah. But there is I'm still on Dolph Ziggler. Like, there's a Dolph Ziggler versus KO fucking match that is unstoppable. Like, I'm going everywhere. The Sheamus versus fucking Gunther match, which is Walter, which I died for, is being praised that, oh my God, you're amazing. But Kingston just did that same match on here, and it means nothing. It means, on top of that, like, he was trying to get like let's shake hands, or like let's do a respect spot. Like, it doesn't fucking, there's a leniency on WWE because we're used to horrible, 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 horrible.
Stories.
But, like today, you're the guy, and then you guys get on a plane and you fucking farted, and like you're no longer the guy. And by the time you show up on the from Raw to SmackDown, you're no longer the guy, and we're all expected to just whatever. Oh, you didn't know? Like that. It was the Raw, the Attitude Era wasn't Vince. I would say that Vince was just being lazy and let it all happen because he was a fucking like all I need to worry about is me and Austin, and all I need to be is fucking astonished at what he said. But that allowed everybody to. There's all you didn't know. X Pac got made. Fucking Choppy Choppy Pee Pee was a storyline that could never fucking happen. Val Venus, that could never fucking happen. But we all fucking know these fucking names.
Yeah.
Tony Khan got made and made AEW, and then I have a WWE name. I need to make these WWE people happy, and all these people that fucking made him are now on this other fucking YouTube show and only being made to be presented to win towards these other fucking people. I'm only getting to this for the CM Punk stuff. Which sucks because you have the Dark Order for a year. Brody Lee passed away. It was a 6 months of like Dark Order winning because Brody Lee passed away, and rest in peace, Brody Lee. And then once they got over that, then Dark Order became this until at a page, which was a almost like a we're not getting into the thing that we want to talk about. All right, I got it. So CM Punk said some stupid shit, and I heard it. I know I heard it. I was trying to build up everything that we got to.
Right.
CM Punk had said some stuff, which in my head, everybody should have been punished, but he got to a point where stuff was said about him, and it was, I'm done. But I'm done being like shit talked. I'm done everything.
Yeah.
Didn't take into account that once you start saying shit about the EVPs, you're talking about Adam Page, who dipped into let's say a shoot promo. A shoot promo is basically like you're just trying to involve a little bit of real life into a made up story. There's a wink and a nod to a like I'm being shoot. And what's weird is CM Punk's pipe bombs are pretty much, hey, by the way, fucking blah 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 picks his nose backstage. His whole everything is kind of putting you on blast.
Right.
So what's weird is him being upset about somebody. It's a throwaway line that you're gonna take as that. He's done everything to blur the lines, and no one would have known that you're shooting unless you fucking shat on what he's saying.
Got it.
No one knew. Like when fucking Adam Page was talking that shit, like no clue, no fucking okay. Like no one's. He's not saying like hey, by the way, the game fired you on your fucking wedding night. Like, there's no one taking it fucking weird, but him living the lifestyle and him whatever. Like, he took that as Cole Cabana, who you had your own bullshit with, fucking spoke his mind, and then you really did your shit. Like, by the way, he has a fucking bank account with his mom. As truthful as it is, that might not be his fucking real bank account. That could be like his the when I pass away, like that's what I'm gonna leave you so you can take care of everything. Like, fuck, you never know. Like, but CM Punk said that as if while eating muffins. And like such a disregardful, like, okay. And there's the head of your company just accepting it because he wants to be your best friend. And it's like, okay, cool. I can fix this. We've all been there. You're doing that now. It's hosting my show. You're hosting my show. Hosting the show. Like, not hosting the show. Like, we're all talking, but you have to fucking figure out a way to make this work.
Right.
But okay, well, we can make this a storyline. We can, as long as you shut the fuck up right now, we can make this storyline. There were several times where Tony Khan was like, and then this and this. Speaking of which, and then this and blah blah blah, and then the Young Bucks did this and this and this and this. Like, okay, well, let's be real. There was so CM Punk got fired from WWE on his wedding day. That was big news. Fuck WWE. It was big news. And the WWE didn't know that was that day and whatever. But WWE, we judge WWE because of Vince and how much of a dick he is and blah, blah, blah. Again, it's much, Hulk Hogan said the N word. Okay, like, so my childhood hero, but like stuff that you have to fucking just accept and just fucking Ultimate Warrior was anti-Semite. Like, fuck, you don't want to ever hear that. And it's like, fuck, you don't want to hear that about your heroes. It's not like you're gonna accept. It's not like you're accepting it, and I'm gonna give you more money. It's like just what you don't want to hear. Like, if all of a sudden you hear Batman, like, all of a sudden Batman is not Batman, and he works 2 days out of the month, and not that fucking. I'm obsessed to the point where I'm an abusive dad. Like, he became an abusive dad, but we've almost accepted that because we're going from this arc. Like, Red Hood makes sense because this Robin took it this way and this Robin took it this way. Like, that's all it is.
Right.
But it's different because CM Punk very much. I have so many feelings about this. Jose, you go first. It's all like a clusterfuck of different feelings.
Okay.
I feel like CM Punk sat on the sidelines for many years, looked for his opportunity to get back in the company. Was so bitter about what happened in WWE that he was, and the issue here is it was with Vince and Hunter, so which is why I don't really see a path for him to go back to WWE.
No, but can I tell you?
I feel like he has just been disappointing at AEW. He was not the man, the guy, the whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't think he aged. he's old. He's got. I mean, besides having the gray hair and doesn't he's got the kind of loose body and stuff like that. I just don't think he. I mean, for years as a wrestling fan, I was waiting for that pop. I wanted to hear Cole's personality. I wanted to see him come out of the tunnel. I wanted to hear the crowd explode. We got that. What we got after that was mediocre work. And I think maybe he knows that, or either he knows that and maybe he's looking for a way out, or maybe he really truly thinks he's doing great work and it's just getting back to him. Maybe he's a laughing stock in the back. Maybe that's why he's so offended by the EVPs, as he was calling them in the press conference, and all these people. And I mean, the character CM Punk. When did he ever care about what people were saying behind closed doors, behind the curtain? And now all of a sudden it's bothering him. Now he's throwing a temper tantrum. It's like, and I think about me and Ash were talking about the other day. Tony Khan is like the number one fanboy. He wants to be these guys' best friends. He wants to be a wrestler. I think he wants to be what Vince was in the Attitude Era, where he was more of a performer, not so much the CEO or. Yeah, I want to get in the ring. I want to, if I'm not going to be, he's small and tiny and scrawny, so maybe he won't do well in the ring, not like Vince, but he wants to be everyone's best friend. And I think it's like anyone. It's like if you and your group of friends all got into some of your friends got into a fight or into an argument, and you're in the middle, those are all your friends. You want to make sure you're trying to solve the issue as peacefully as possible, and that's what Tony Khan's doing. And CM Punk is such an alpha, and these other guys are such alphas. I don't see it working out. Now I see that they stripped him of the title, which means I have a feeling he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done. I mean, MJF went out into the ring and F bombed everyone and do this big old temper tantrum and F this and cuss that, and I mean they had to black out half the stuff he said. He showed back up again this weekend. So I mean, I don't think Tony's gonna fire him. I think Tony wants everyone to, he wants everyone to get along. But you get all these egomaniacs in the back who, like Ash said, these are guys who are all independent guys on independent circuits or in the lesser, the lower tier, or some people think IWGP and stuff or Ring of Honor is just as high as some of these other, as WWE and what AEW is now.
Well, there's two. There's
you get
thought of two also. I've been with you for fucking 3 years. Yeah, we made our fucking name on being fucking a tag team, and fucking Kenny, who you've been waiting for to fucking be part of the trios tag team. Kenny Omega made sure your fucking dog, who you're causing this shit, is gonna be okay. There is Christopher Daniels. There is the Young Bucks and I know this is all out of context, but the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega got the person that's right under fucking Tony Khan. He got also Christopher Daniels, and he got they got one other person. Oh, I already said this. The person that's right under Tony Khan. And we're gonna go fucking confront CM Punk. In that thing, he says in the press conference, he says, like, if you have any problem with me, come and talk to me. Come at me, bro. I'm ready. Right? So he's on that level. In his mind, or in his way, he says that the Young Bucks kicked down the door to go confront CM Punk, which is weird because you have the one person that's right under Tony Khan as an EVP, and you have other producers can't see them kicking down a door and then all of a sudden start punching. Like, why would you not handle this in the parking lot if you're gonna be all fucking Raider Nation with it? Why are you gonna bring in people that are right under Tony Khan? Because if it wasn't, it would have been Tony Khan right next to fucking the Young Bucks going like, "What's up?" Like, like what's going on? Again, out of context for the wrestlings. There are wrestling sites that are talking about what we're talking about because they know that we're not filling in everything that we're talking about. There are two sides. I'm glad both sides were punished. There are both sides that feel that they are right. And the side that feels that they are right and gets punished and accepts it. And then there's a side that feels that they're punished and maybe did everything wrong and are going to be dicks about it. Best case scenario is that CM Punk won the world title and they got hurt. He, a month ago, won the world title and got hurt. So that would have been 2 times he won the world title and got hurt. Kind of feel like this is the best case scenario because you don't lose any fucking fans, and the diehards for CM Punk that feel that the Young Bucks fuck the Young Bucks, and everybody else are kind of like
they think that CM should leave anyways. You don't need to deal with this. You don't need to put up with this. And this is to be the way for him to slide right out the back door and be.
Even if he gets fired, you give them 2 years in Triple H is gonna say Hall of Fame. I'd probably give him another year like Edge, and be like, do your like swan song kind of thing, like you're whatever you
give him a
want to
run.
do.
Give him a run and
be done, but get it all out and be done. 6 months, a year, whatever. This is the guy that's like, you held everybody down, like every fucking thing that CM Punk has said, like these are all the fucking problems. He kind of fucking became. And unfortunately, it's not what he did, it's how he did it, because I'm willing to accept that if CM Punk said, I'll come back, but Colt Cabana has to go away. They had a long fucking legal thing. I'll do this, like whatever the fucking thing that Tony Khan had to do, let's just accept that and blah, blah, blah. Hangman Page said alluded to anything. You fucking broke your back in like WWE. You're not like WWE. Like you made your shit in WWE on the pipe bomb, which was breaking the fourth wall, saying hi to fucking Colt Cabana, and for some reason, you have a problem with the guy that fucking, hey, this is backstage, whatever. And you have a problem with that, which is fucking weird because you weren't CM Punk until you sat down cross-legged in a Stone Cold shirt, which we were to believe as, oh no, we're going real. Vince McMahon had to okay everything that's going to happen and make you. And I'm anti-Vince because he's fucking Mick Bailey. Bailey sneeze. I'm out. In fucking the same time. And Triple H is very like, okay, this is where you're gonna go. Okay, all of fucking October, you're fucking face, and then in November, there's somebody that's gonna kick you in the nuts and blah blah blah, and then you're gonna go here, and this is where you're going to go. he has a plan for this is what we're gonna do. And if you don't have a plan, your only plan is to get him to have a plan for you, which is a lot better than I have a plan for you. Oh, you're gonna be great. And then Vince goes, has 3 people in this area stuff. A lot better than where they were. Tony Khan was in a rock and a hard place because if I make CM Punk happy, there are 90% of the fucking roster that are just like, I'll do whatever you need to do. Just when am I done? Because there's the acclaim that Triple H will make me. Because it's all based on everything you're gonna do. Like, okay, cool. Like, I'll lose the next for the next 3 years. I'll Dolph Ziggler it, but Triple H is gonna make me. Which we kind of thought Dolph Ziggler, like, all right, cool, because my brother is in AEW. I'll lose for 2 years. Whatever. My brother's gonna make me, and I'll be the biggest thing in AEW. I ranted. I am very passionate about this fucking conversation. Like, you saw, no one's right. Everybody should be punished. There's a storyline for everybody. I'm not even happy about everybody losing their titles because there is a storyline to be had that could have been made right, but everybody wants to feel happy and gap, which is not. You're running a business. We don't run your business. So if you said CM Punk's not going to be punished for 3 months, that's your fucking business.
Right.
Just because we feel some way. That's the next 3 months of them. Well, this is how I feel. Like, they've made that content and made their followers be, this is how it should be. If that motherfucker's making you $1 million a fucking pay-per-view, shut the fuck up. Figure out a way to make this fucking work. Make everybody happy. I fired him. Well, if I fired him, then in a month I can hire him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, make everybody happy, but make this sit down with everybody and, like, let's make this make money. Let's make this make money because, one, if Kenny Omega signs with WWE, he takes that fucking from Roman Reigns tomorrow, which means nothing to the average viewer, but everything to Roman Reigns had a fucking title for 2 years. But Triple H would be like, I love you, and we wanted you for the last 5 years, and we didn't get to have you for AEW. Would make him. We would figure out a way to give and then there's a chance to have the Young Bucks versus fucking the Street Profits. There's a chance to have the Young Bucks versus fucking
Usos.
And not on top of that, FTR already said, I'm not resigning because we want to go back to that. Because we're going to do everything you're going to ever fucking want. But in the end, it is the Impact Hall of Fame means dick. The Hall of Fame, the New Japan Hall of Fame, granted, it's not as famous as WWE, but mad respect. And half the people that already made would have already probably had that. You're already set. But I'm pretty sure FTR wants to be able to be like, that is the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Punk wants a Hall of Fame. You stop burning bridges. Maybe this is the bridge he needed to burn.
Yeah.
Already, he kind of already whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
I think a lot of guys and a lot of guys could use Vince leaving as an excuse to come back. Like, my issues were with Vince. My issues were with Vince. I mean, you've already seen how many people have come back in the last few weeks.
Gargano was never coming back till Triple H.
Yeah.
Gargano was never coming back. But Gargano was always going to do like I'll do 1 year, 2 year. And he wasn't happy because, Tony Khan wants like 5 year. Like, sooner or later, even if you're going to get Shane, even if you can get Steph, Johnny Gargano would have gotten his way. And it's not getting your way like they wasted Ricochet. Ricochet is the new fucking Dolph Ziggler. But under Triple H, even if you put him in NXT and whatever, he still has the respect of, like, motherfucker, I'm Ricochet.
True.
Like, right? Like, that's still against Will Ospreay. It's still against, like, I will kill. And what's amazing is it's Triple H handling all storyline, and it's HBK saying, like, this is everything you're gonna fucking do. And we're all gonna fucking build. It's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. A lot of people, that's Ric Flair, but like Shawn Michaels, he's been judged on. You're not, like, when he faced I'm gonna go fucking full Flair. I'm gonna go full on. He dealt with Vader, and Vader was being made to be made, and they asked Shawn Michaels to make him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a very famous match where you're asking a big guy to be made, and it's very much your main guy who I need to fucking flip flop and fly to make you. And HBK did one thing, and he didn't. Like, that was my one thing. Like, you did 80 things to me. That was my one thing. He said, damn it. And Vince took that as, you're not ready. Vader, who was made in New Japan as, like, fucking the white god against these fucking New Japan people, like, it's just who's in charge. But it also affects the viewer. It's Shawn Michaels, who should have been made a long time ago. It's Dolph Ziggler, which should be made, but I now need to accept him as, like Finn Balor. Like, oh no, please don't be the new Finn Balor. Like, please don't be the new Finn. Like, no, sorry, Finn. Please don't be the new Dolph Ziggler, because Dolph Ziggler versus Finn, you give them 20 minutes, that is match of the fucking year.
Wow.
It really is. You give them WrestleMania on a title.
Yeah.
It's Brendan Fraser.
What about you, Jose? What do you think about this whole drama that's going on?
It's hard to for me, it's hard to differentiate if it's all show or if it's real. Like I said, I don't think Punk lived up to the expectations that Tony Khan and them were expecting, but I think Punk is a moneymaker. He's a moneymaker. He's going to sell product. He's going to sell pay-per-views. He's going to sell an event. So Tony's in a messed up situation right now because basically he's got Punk versus the guys who helped him build a company. the best thing that I think could happen, you let Punk be injured, or whether he's injured or not, let him be injured. Give it a cool off. Give it a cool off phase. Let's see where we're at in a month, 2 months.
Mm.
If maybe everything's blown over, if they've gotten them all into a room, they've talked, they've found a way to work together.
Mm.
You bring them back and you work them however you deem fit. What AEW doesn't need to do is they don't need to make the same mistakes. I mean, AEW has WWE and the Vince regime right there in front of you as a blueprint of what not to do.
Right.
You don't try to build a star, and then when that star is not living up to your extremely high potential, you bring in Brock Lesnar, you bring in Goldberg to come in, take a title off of them, or Goldberg, Brock, those guys aren't going to make a wrestler. They're not skilled enough. You got guys like AJ Styles, you guys got The Miz, you got Dolph Ziggler, you got Ricochet, you got these guys who are gonna put you got Rollins, who I think working with
AJ
Riddle
Styles,
right now is really AJ Styles. Yeah, but I see Riddle as the new face of the company, which I think is why he's working with Seth Rollins right now.
but AJ Styles and Kevin Owens.
Those Owens, Sami Zayn, those guys are all amazing workers.
That's who are Triple H's like. We will make, and
that's his
saw them.
foundation.
You're so amazing. I'm going to go ahead and make another fucking. You're going to be so amazing against Roman Reigns.
Look at
in spite of you would still be fucking Shield Roman if it wasn't for Roman going bro, I'm done being good.
Yeah.
I'm done being good. You would still be doing this stupid thing that worked in the 80s.
Yeah, that's John Cena. 5 moves.
Even John Cena was like, I need to be bad. I need to be but even for a fucking whatever. And it's sad because the biggest hypocrite in wrestling, because he built that, was John Cena, because he fucking called up The Rock and said, I would never do that, and then fucking does it. Yeah. So
but even Cena, the last time he came and made his little comeback, you saw he integrated 3 or 4 new moves.
Oh, he fucking
just so because he was already being made fun of as the what do they call them, the 5 moves or whatever. He had his 5 little moves that ended every match, and it was a wrap. So I mean, even he advanced his he advanced his repertoire a little bit.
How'd you get fucked up?
Who got fucked up?
You.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
He's so angry.
I'm tired. It's past my bedtime. I'm older than you guys.
Ain't you agree? A lot of stuff happened. CM Punk said some stuff, and he has been dealing with stuff that the Young Bucks quarterly have said, and I'm not disregarding that because that might have been said. There's 2 sides to everything.
Mm-hmm. And a decision needs to be made. A decision needs to be made of whether we're going to move on or whether we just blow this part of it up.
Has been made because they vacated all titles, which is fucked up because he waited for Kenny Omega to come back to even have these titles in the fucking first place. And now on top of that, he has to wait. And then he has Jon Moxley fucking defend this title till my fucking homie comes back. And then he says this shit. Goddamn, bro. And on top of that, Malachi Black got released on condition But there are a lot of people that were under Triple H who has WWE now that not even if you're happy, you under him will not have to deal with this. This is very much this is your business, bro. Like, help me take care of this. This cannot be an Eric Bischoff situation where I need to make one guy happy. That did not work. When he he was never happy because he didn't even want to be part of the NWO. It was going to be Bret Hart, and he acted like, "Oh, I'm in the NWO. Oh, I've made this shit." Like he had to be talked into that shit because it was gonna be Bret Hart, and that was his fucking revival. And when he went back to WWE, he had to go from NWO Hogan to Hogan. Like, it's the wrestling business is fucking weird and fucking stupid. And for some reason, they have to answer to us, and they don't. There's a business, like, if for some reason they said, like, Young Bucks, eat your shit. CM Punk, eat your shit because you're grown as adults. I'm paying fucking $4 million. Shut the fuck up. Young Bucks, you're on fucking payroll for another 2 years. You're not gonna have to deal with him ever again. There's just a fucking fine line of it's like your dad coming in and being like, this is what's gonna happen. You wanna go? You're gonna go in 10 years or 2 years or however long. Let's do this. Plan to go in 2 years. This is gonna be the storyline now. CM Punk, if you want to go, I have you here for 2 years. If you want to, who do you want to drop the title to? What do you want to do? But then it needs to not involve the title. Like, it needs to not involve what will in fact deal with my storyline.
Got it.
I'm not going to keep the title. You're going to get hurt. And then, like, it's just what it is. It's a blessing in disguise because you got the title, got hurt. We did a real fucking whatever. And then you got the title again. You got hurt. That hurts your legacy way more. It's almost a blessing in disguise in that, like, maybe retire as champion if that's what you want to do. If you don't, then do the Edge thing, retire, come back and fucking not Edge, but a couple of months when you're fucking whatever, and then you put over Hobbs, but you fucking beat Ricky Starks. You know, you like do the fucking what Bryan Danielson is doing now. Like, you beat me, but you don't beat me. You beat me, but you don't beat me. Like, I'll put you over, and you know, like, we're gonna work things over. Or Jericho even, like, you beat me, but here's how we're gonna still do things. But no, you're not SmackDown 90 fucking 2007 CM Punk. It's just never gonna happen again. Let's all go from there. That's all. Yep. Accept it. This is what we'll do. We all got happy that you came back. Fucking A, we all accepted Wardlow fucking powerbombing you 8 times, and we all accepted that you still won. This is our future.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Okay.
On top of that, fucking we have to accept whatever the thing that's gonna happen now only has to fucking be the champ for 2 months before MJF gets it. So don't give it to a new guy. Don't give it to Daniel Bryanson. Bryan Danielson. Like, give it to somebody, Mox, who's already, or Jericho, way more Jericho, that can deal with a third belt and lose because the JAS was made to lose.
Mhm.
Just give them a storyline to lose to fucking MJF. Don't give it
Well,
to
there you
fucking
go.
Daniel Bryanson and give him his first title win in this company and have him lose in 2 months. I
Okay.
feel like I've been talking for a long time.
Yes. So what Ash is pretty much saying is that AEW needs to go ahead and hire both Jose and Ash to be the writers for the scripts for the upcoming events that AEW will be
They
having.
would never be
And-
happy. They would never be happy because we would make that make sense,
Yeah.
and they would never be happy.
And Sammy Guevara would get beat up weekly.
The best thing about Vince is that you don't piss off Vince,
Right.
and that's been the only thing. Like even CM Punk, who was the victim, didn't piss off. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
imagine the shit that he fucking said right next to Vince would fucking never happen. Wouldn't
Right.
And on top of that, once he started saying like, "Hey, my fucking donuts are from Mindy's," Vince would have been like, "Hey, they're from Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know this motherfucker. I never seen him in my life." Like he would have already been like, "We're already sponsored by 9 other people. Like I don't know him." Like it would already been set.
No, for
It would
sure.
have never. What's your name? Fucking Brian Alvarez. You're gonna get $10 million. Shut the fuck up. Like it would have never happened. Like this would have never fucking happened unless it was made to happen.
Got it. Okay. Well, there you have it, everyone that's still with us for the AEW WWE talk. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for episode 94.
I feel like we talked about 3 things about like there was 20 things on the fucking on our list.
We pretty much covered the majority of it.
We covered
The majority of it. So
Majority.
the majority of it. We did like 90% of everything. Yeah. It's still an A. So I want to go ahead and thank everybody that joined us on the Twitch and on our TikTok live. We appreciate all the comments. We appreciate all the love. Thank you guys very much. Want to go ahead and thank Jose for joining us this week. For
Jose.
episode 94.
You coming back? You can do a show again?
weeks. Oh yeah, whenever you guys need me.
You got it. You heard it.
There it is. You heard it here first. So thank you, everybody.
Jose.
We really do appreciate.
Last shot of the night.
As the guys fill up their shot glasses, thank you again for tuning in. If you guys can comment, like, share all and any of our videos, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And on that note,
10-8, John. What? 10-8, Jose.
Good night. Good night.
Here's a. All right.
What's on?
Say a name of the start to H. Jose. I'm talking about that fucking meme. But
Jesus.
Jose, let's drink our last shot.
Jose.
Comix.
We
We're
are
everywhere.
everywhere. Good night, everybody.
Night.